Hello everybody, Rainmaker here to you, and welcome back to Let's Play Splatoon. In the previous episode, we suffered through the hollows of tower control, and in today's episode, we'll be playing through our final ranked battle mode in the game, Rainmaker! Yay, Rainmaker! So, like I said earlier, this is the last of the ranked battle modes we played in this game, but this is also the last of the online multiplayer modes that was available for Splatoon. This mode became available on August 14th, 2015. The Rainmaker itself, how this mode works is it's pretty much like a kind of like a capture the flag kind of mode. I think that's probably like the best way to describe how this mode works. You get the Rainmaker and you try to carry it to the other team's base, so you can destroy them until the blood. Now, the Rainmaker itself is kind of a weird weapon. It seems like whenever I play, it seems like nobody wants to pick up the Rainmaker itself. Because it's kind of a weird weapon to use. You have to charge it up, and then it fires like a swirly vortex of terror. So you need to be careful using the Rainmaker. The best strategy for this game is to have some of your teammates stand by with you, so that you can have somebody to protect you. Because you're gonna have a really hard time defending yourself with the Rainmaker because of how long it takes to actually charge up this thing. So, you definitely want to have somebody close by with you to help you get to the stage easier. Now as for more towers on this mode, I like climbing the walls right there because it helps me get to the other enemy base quicker. It seems like now a lot of people really use that strategy a whole lot. It seems like the quickest and safest way to get to the enemy base. So, the Rainmaker itself, something kind of funny is that I didn't even know this could happen, but the Rainmaker can apparently explode if you hold on to it for too long. I didn't know this until after I was recording, until around the time I was recording footage for episode 1 of this Let's Play. Not the first footage I recorded for this Let's Play, the first episode, which was like just only a few months ago. And I've had this game since it launched. So, I guess I apparently didn't read the rules close enough, or I just, like, didn't have the Rainmaker long enough to really notice this, but if you hold on to the Rainmaker for 60 seconds, it will explode on you. Now, there are a couple other things that will make it blow up faster. It will explode if you enter some prohibited areas, which I'll talk about in a moment, and it will also blow up when you try to retreat and you go back to your base. It won't explode immediately, but the timer will tick faster. It's also kind of embarrassing to admit that I didn't know that this thing had a timer, considering the fact that it's on the screen the entire time. Now, going back to the prohibited areas that I was mentioning a moment ago. So, some of these stages have areas that you can technically still go into, but the thing about it is your timer will tick by faster if you go into these areas. There are only a small handful of stages in the game that have prohibited areas in them. The only ones are Arizona Mall, Flounder Heights, Piranha Pit, Salt Spray Rig, and Wail Warehouse. So that's something you want to keep in mind. The Rainmaker shield itself, when you're trying to destroy this thing, the Rainmaker has 1000 HP, but there are a couple weapons in the game that have a multiplier effect when you're trying to destroy the shield. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. And before I move on, I just want to say that I will try to have all the stats for the multiplier effects for the Rainmaker shield in the description below. But if I can't have that and the weapon stats in the description, then I'll just have the multiplier effects posted in a pinned comment below. So, as for the multiplier effects, shooter style weapons will have a ×1 effect. L3 nozzle nose will have a ×1.2 effect. H3 nozzle nose will have a 1.4 times multiplier. Splatling weapons will have a ×1 multiplier. Blaster weapons will have a ×2.4. Burst weapons will have like a ×2 multiplier. Carbon roller will have a ×1.8 multiplier. Splat rollers will have a 2.16. Dynamo roller has a 2.8. Slosser has a 2.4. Charge weapons have a 2.8. Sprinkler has a ×1. Burst bombs, splat bombs, and suction bombs will all have a ×2 multiplier. Secret weapons will have a ×3. Special weapons will have a ×2, but the Kraken will have a ×3.5 multiplier effect. Now, the cool thing about this is I didn't really touch upon this before, but the damage up attribute has a damage cap on how much you can hurt the Inklings, but that does not apply for the Rainmaker. So if you have a damage up attribute, you definitely want to be playing on Rainmaker because you can do a lot of damage with under the Rainmaker shield. Yay, we won! And it's probably worth mentioning that we've only played Mori Towers on Turf War so far. And this is also my favorite stage in the game, even though pretty much everybody that I know absolutely hates this one. Oh, you know, that's not exactly true. Most of the people I know hate this stage. Like, I know my sister likes this one just like me, but I know most of the people that I know, like, I think the James Rose said that he hates this stage, and actually that reminds me of something kind of funny. We were talking on Skype a little while back, and we were talking about the stages for this game, and he pointed out the fact that I love Mori Towers and hate Port Mackerel, but he loves Port Mackerel and hates Mori Towers. So that's a pretty fun thing. I've noticed that a lot of my opinions for this game are pretty different from everybody else's. Like, I love Mori Towers, but that's the Van Hade stage. Callie is my favorite Squid sister, but she lost the Splatfest. And like, Port Mackerel is my least favorite stage in the entire game, but like a lot of people seem to like that one for whatever reason. I don't know, my opinions for this game were weird. But, now that we've handled that, now we're playing through Airwin Mall. Now this stage right here, this is a weird one to admit, this is kind of weird to admit as well, but even though I have all my notes for this game, and they all contain the dates that these games were released, I keep wanting to think Airwin Mall came out after the game had already been released, but that's not the case. This was one of the stages that were available on the disc when the game first came out. Now I'm going to be talking about the weapon stats in a moment, but before I do that, I just want to say that this next stage we're playing on, we're going to be playing Urchin Underpass after this. But I wanted to use footage for Mwahahaha Resort and Piranha Pit for this video, and I know I recorded footage for playing these these maps on Rainmaker, but I have no idea what happened to it. Maybe I didn't record it, maybe I just thought I did, or maybe I accidentally deleted the footage. I don't know what happened. But I know I recorded footage, but I just don't have it for a reason. We will still see Mwahahaha Resort and Piranha Pit before the Let's Play is over, so just keep that in mind. And now, as for the weapons for this video, we'll be talking about all the roller type of weapons. Now, rollers are a pretty interesting weapon. They're kind of one of the more unique ones for this game, because you can roll around on the ground and cover ink that way. Some rollers are faster than others, but the slower ones tend to do more damage than the faster ones. And the thing with rollers, and the reason why I don't really like using them that much, is that it's kind of hard to scale up. It's kind of hard to ink the walls with them. Inking walls will not give you points in this game, but they can make climbing the stages a bit easier. Splatoon 2 kind of fixed this, so where vertical swings will, where the saucers now vertical swings when you're jumping, but that's not the case with this game. But anyway, now let's move on to the weapons themselves. Splat Roller, level locked to 3, cost 1000, splash damage 25 to 125, roll damage 140, range 55 out of 100, ink speed 50 out of 100, weight 40 out of 100, sub-weapon, suction bomb, special weapon, killer whale. Krak-On Splat Roller, level locked to 7, cost 3000, splash damage 25 to 125, roll damage 140, range 55 out of 100, ink speed 50 out of 100, weight 40 out of 100, sub-weapon, Squid, Beakon, special weapon, Kraken. Hero Roller Replica, level unlocked to 3, you need the Inkling Boy Amiibo to unlock this. Cost 1200, splash damage 25 to 125, roll damage 140, range 55 out of 100, ink speed 50 out of 100, weight 40 out of 100, sub-weapon, Spuxum Bomb, special weapon, Killer Whale. CoroCoro Splat Roller, level unlocked to 20, cost 5000, splash damage 25 to 125, roll damage 140, range 55 out of 100, ink speed 50 out of 100, weight 40 out of 100, sub-weapon Splash Wall, special weapon Inkling. Dynamo Roller, level unlocked 15, you'll need the second squirrel from DJ Octavia to unlock this. Cost 7,900, splash damage 25 to 125, roll damage 160, range 72 out of 100, ink speed 30 out of 100, weight 18 out of 100, sub-weapon Sprinkler, special weapon Echolocator. Go Dynamo Roller! Level unlocked to 20. You'll need a DJ Octavio Sunken Scroll to unlock this. Cost of 2,500, whatever. Cost of 25,000. Splash damage 25 to 125. Roll damage 160. Range 72 out of 100. Ink speed 30 out of 100. Weight 18 out of 100. Sub weapon Splash Bomb. Special weapon Ink Strike. Tempered Dynamo Roller. Level unlocked to 20. You need the DJ Octavio Sunken Scroll to unlock this. Cost of 36,800. Roll damage 160. Range of 72 out of 100. Ink speed 30 out of 100. Weight 18 out of 100. Soap weapon Seeker. Special weapon Killer Wail. Carbon Roller. Level knock to 10. Cost of 6,600. Splash damage 25 to 125. Roll damage of 70. Range of 20 out of 100. Ink speed 65 out of 100. Weight 60 out of 100. Sub weapon Burst Bomb. Special weapon Inkling. Carbon Roller Deco. Level knock to 13. Cost 7,600. Splash damage 25 to 125. Roll damage 70. Range of 20 out of 100. Ink speed 65 out of 100. Weight 60 out of 100. Sub weapon Seeker. Special weapon Ink Bomber Seeker. So those are all the weapons we're going to be discussing in this video. Next time we're going to be discussing the Splatling weapons, like the heavy Splatling and stuff like that, so that's going to be a fun time. Now, as for Rainmaker on Urchin Underpass itself, I gotta be honest, this is kind of a weird stage for Rainmaker. I'm not entirely sure why, but I always just have like whenever I play on Urchin Underpass and Rainmaker, these always seem to be like the longer matches. Like, I'm usually pretty good at getting splatted, apparently. No, I'm usually fairly good at getting knockouts in Replica, but for whatever reason in Urchin Underpass, I can never really seem to get a good knockout. It might be because of the fact that this is a larger stage, and it's kind of a roundabout way to get to the enemy base for this run, but this is kind of a weird stage for Rainmaker. Now, as for my opinions on Rainmaker as a whole, now, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this during this Let's Play before, but Tower Control is my least favorite stage, is my least favorite multiplayer mode, at least for the online multiplayer stuff, and Splat Zones is my favorite ranked battle mode. Rainmaker seems to be the good even ground, whereas most of the time I love this mode, but there are days where like I'm absolutely garbage at this mode, and it's like, ugh, why does this exist? But I really do like Rainmaker. It is a really fun stage, and not a stage. Rainmaker is not a stage. Rainmaker is a mode. Modes are things that you play. Stages are things that you play them on. Why do I always mix up those words? I mix up all my words. Now, this right here is by far my favorite match that I've ever played in Splatoon. Now, this is probably the closest that I'm ever going to get to playing a perfect victory for this game. Who knows, maybe I'll end up getting one Splatoon 2, hopefully, that's probably not going to happen. Now, the reason why I say closest is because had I not gotten splatted at the very beginning of the match, then this would have been perfect. But I did get splatted at the beginning, so say la vie. Now, the reason why I really like this one in particular is because we worked together to destroy the other team who had the Rainmaker, and then we had all the teammates working together to clear a path for me to pick up the Rainmaker, and just everything about this match in particular, well, except for the fact that I got spotted at the beginning, just like the teamwork that went behind this one. This is like by far my favorite match that I've ever played in Splatoon. and I'm really happy that I have video footage of it because now I can cherish it forever. And I was the most valuable team member, so that's always a plus. But that's gonna be it for this episode of Splatoon. If you were just 1 point less, it'll be 64, just like the title 64. Why can't dreams come true? I'm just kidding. But that's gonna be it for this episode of Splatoon. So now you may be wondering, well, if we've covered all the main multiplayer modes in this game, what is there left to cover? Well, we have private battles next. But I have something very special planned for this. We'll see why when we get to that point. So, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Splatoon, and until next time, later to you. Oh yeah.